Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to the car. Um, my vacation is over, so I'm back to work, which is all right. I mean, work is work, but it's nice to be in the old routine again, waking up, doing stuff. Um, Feels pretty nice. And I guess I thought I could do a little state dump video. Um, so, In the last month or so that I've been on vacation, I ended up doing a bit less programming than I was expecting because most of that was because I started lifting weights again, and that has made me super tired. Certainly for the first 3 weeks or so. Now it's actually becoming manageable. But for the first 2, 3 weeks, I was really, really tired all the time, basically, and I just would come home from the gym and just lie down, not do anything, and then roll around a little bit, play some Nintendo, roll around a bit more. Didn't get a whole lot done in the daytime, um, but um, but it was really good still, and I'm really glad that I started going back because I've been out for 2 years. It's like I went on break from lifting after rehab, and um, I had to like get my head straight, and I felt like it was time to start again, and it's really good. And I lost a lot of muscle, lost a lot of strength, gained a lot of fat, but none of that really matters now because it's all going in a good direction, and it feels really nice, and I feel alive in a good way. In a really good way that like only physical exertion can really make you feel this way. And if that's not part of your life, then I recommend trying it. Anyway, but it's not to say I didn't do any programming, right? Like if you were following the channel, you saw me building out the user space emulator for Serenity, and I'm super happy with the progress on that. And I'm really excited about the capabilities it adds to the system because it's been one of those things that's been like kind of it's been like a kind of a dark zone or blind spot or whatever. Like memory problems. Like we haven't had a Valgrind or anything like that for debugging those issues, and now we actually have something, so that's good. Um, and obviously, there's a lot more work to do with app compatibility for the emulator, and we're gonna need to do some performance work on it as well. But it's in a good place, and I I got it to a pretty good place, and then I took a step back from it because this is my big brain strategy to avoid burnout, which is that I work on something really hard, but before I burn out, I just take a step back and do something else for a while. And it seems to work for me. I don't know if it would work for other people, but um, if I don't get to the point of burnout, then um, I just am able to resume it pretty soon after, and like keep going a lot further. So that's nice. Um, and and the Serenity project is going really well, but it's always going well. I feel like one thing that was really cool was that I hit the GitHub sponsors matching fund limit. So that means that people contributed $5,000 to my GitHub sponsors in the first year, and GitHub had this promotional bonus thing where they would match all the contributions. So for those $5,000, GitHub added another $5,000, and that was the limit. So now they stopped doubling everything. But I'm super stoked that I got to the limit in the first year. So huge thank you to everybody who contributed to that, and of course thank you to GitHub as well. That's been super awesome. And I remember when I signed up for GitHub sponsors, I was kind of hesitant, thinking like, I already have a Patreon. Like, should I really split myself? Like, it's gonna be twice the bookkeeping hassle. But it seems like it was a pretty good idea. And I'm still on both services, and they're both working just fine. Um, and people prefer one or the other, so I'm like, why not have both? And of course, some people prefer PayPal as well, and I have that. Um, but that's been really great, and um, patronage and sponsorship is, steadily increasing, and that's really awesome as well. Like to see that, I'm steadily moving towards being able to do this full time, which is obviously my big goal, my big dream with this whole project, is to be able to do this as my main thing. So really, really exciting to see more and more people like deciding to help me out with this. So thank you to everybody. Welcome to everybody, all the new people, and thank you to all the old people who are still around. It's lovely to have you all on board. And I think, I think that there's a very happy and interesting future for this project. And it's like I never get tired of hearing from people that they find it so interesting to poke around with Serenity. Um, that like because like that was always something that I really enjoyed when I was getting into programming originally, but I even still enjoy this. Just like taking up this picking up this big thing and like messing with it, and it's so cool that I started building something and now people are messing with it. That is a new experience for me. I never had that before, and it's really really fun. Uh, and I will say that lately I've gotten a lot of requests, and I am sorry that I'm not able to get back to everybody all the time. I do try to get back to people, but sometimes it's just a lot of questions and stuff coming in, and it's just not really manageable. But I do try my best. And as a recommendation, I really do recommend if you get at me through some public way, some public channel, for example on Twitter or in YouTube comments or something like that, because very often people ask the same questions, and it's a little bit, or it's a lot easier if I can reply in a public place because then everyone can see that rather than me having to reply to everyone individually. So that is just my preference. But of course, if you feel more comfortable asking me something in private, then I don't mean to discourage that. I just mean that for stuff that's fine to talk about in public, it's easier to talk about it in public because then more people can participate. So that's just a thought about that. And there's been what has there been? There's been so much going on in Serenity lately. Like one thing I found was that as I've been like a little too tired to do proper programming myself, I also found it like a little bit harder to keep up with what everybody else was working on. Um, until like this month, I was always on top of everything, like pretty aware of what people were doing, and now I kind of lost track a little bit, and that's also coming back now. So um, that's really nice. But even in my uh, even as I was rolling around on the bed, feeling sorry for my muscles, people were still hacking on stuff and building awesome things. So that was super cool. Um, and um, I don't know, like there's it's just I'm just so happy with this project, I guess. I don't know what to say about it. Like, um, my whole life, I always wished I would have a project like this, like something that I could always just pick up and work on. But I could never figure out what it was supposed to be. Um, and I wanted it to be an operating system. I think I knew that somehow, like deep inside, but I didn't dare um, start on such a monumental task until I did. And now that we're here, and here's this thing that like just exists and it's an ongoing project, and like there are lots of people working on it, and um, that you can just pick it up and hack on it and make cool stuff. It's really amazing how far we've gotten with this whole thing, and I'm super duper excited for the future. Um, so that's really cool. But at the same time, I do try to live in the moment. So I don't really have a plan. You know, people often ask me about my plans. I don't have a plan, but that's okay. I just need to figure out what to do next. And I do have a couple of ideas um, of what direction to start pulling in. We'll see which one feels the most interesting next time I sit down to make a video. Um, but yeah, I guess this has been my state dump. I hope everyone's doing all right out there. I hope you had a relaxing vacation if you've already had it, or that you have a relaxing vacation coming up. Or if you're skipping out on your vacation, I hope that you are fulfilling yourself in whatever way you need. And I don't know. Let's see what happens with the rest of the year, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for listening to my state dump, and I will see you next time. Bye.